What is going on, guys? Bretto Live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review episode 275. We are starting off with Monday Night Raw, WWE action figure setup style. About halfway through the video, we're going to be talking about SmackDown. If you guys don't want to sit through Raw, feel free to skip to SmackDown, but if you want to hear about Raw, it was pretty freaking good. We're going to talk about it right now. Did the ring break? Maybe. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, and smash a like on the video. This setup is absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about it right now. Monday Night Raw from Evansville, Indiana. We opened up the show with Mr. Yeet Man, the brand new Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso. He made his entrance with his own son, came down with the title. Really heartfelt promo here from Jey Uso. Did it feel like he forgot some of his lines? Maybe, but he did get interrupted by Braun Breaker, who had come out, and I was like, oh no, are they going to continue this rivalry with Braun Breaker? They didn't, shockingly. I was expecting Braun Breaker to hit like a random spear on Jey Uso like he's been doing, but he didn't. He's like, I'm not going to spear you. I'm not going to attack you. I just wanted to be the first one in this locker room to congratulate you. Congratulations, new Intercontinental Champion. And he shook his hand and walked away. I was like, what? Dude, Braun Breaker's character low-key evolving, dude. Look at that. He's not going to just take out his opponent, showing his respect, and now he's going to look towards bigger and better things. Maybe Gunther? Ooh, he might have approached him later in the show. We'll talk about it. But this was a very interesting promo. I wasn't expecting it to go this way. We would cut into the parking lot where Dominic Mysterio was on his cell phone. He was talking to Finn Balor, and I guess Finn Balor was having some supposed travel issues, quote-unquote. They were hanging out by the lowrider. It seemed pretty cool. It was all the Judgment Day, minus Finn Balor, man. You had Liv Morgan. Dude, I just like seeing the lowrider on television, but it's only a matter of time till they destroy it. They are going to destroy the lowrider. Xavier Woods set up a match with Rey Mysterio last week, and we're getting it here. This match was great. I'm loving this New Day storyline. The match between Woods and Rey itself was kind of sloppy, I'll be honest with you, but Xavier Woods in the end accidentally, should I put that in quotes? Accidentally tore off the mask of Rey Mysterio and then would proceed to roll him up and win the match. Xavier Woods was later asked backstage by his tag partner Kofi Kingston, hey, did you do that intentionally? Did you take his mask off intentionally? And Woods said really clearly, no, I didn't. I didn't mean to do it, but I had to take advantage of it. I needed that win. But man, they are just slowly turning Xavier Woods heel. And what do you guys think of my Rey Mysterio custom here? I put a Baron Corbin head behind there, just a bald head, and it looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. Xavier Woods turned heel already. It's a very unique logo that not a lot of people caught that popped up after a commercial break, and I'll pop the logo on the screen, but I was trying to figure it out. I saw some letters in the logo. I saw P, F, and R, and I thought to myself, ooh, Pentagon and Rey Phoenix, maybe? Or it could just be like a Viking Raiders logo, or I could be just completely wrong on both of these. But I do know that the Lucha Bros are going to be signing with WWE. I guess there was some sort of hold with Rey Phoenix with Tony Khan, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But it could be either the Viking Raiders or the Lucha Bros, or neither of them, and I'm just crazy. We cut backstage where Kofi Kingston would ask Xavier Woods about the masked incident with Rey Mysterio, and then he would proceed to talk about an Intercontinental Championship match that Jey Uso gifted him next week. Then Xavier Woods got all salty. He's like, wow, you're going to go to the top again. You're going to go to the top again. And then Kofi Kingston's like, no, I got the match for you. I switched it over to you. I want you to have the match, Woods. I was like, whoa, how interesting is that? Anybody else notice Karrion Kross in the background? Zoe Stark going one-on-one with Lyra Valkyria. I have neither of their figures, so I was only able to get a couple of the PFC here. The match between them was okay, but Sonya Deville blatantly cheated in this match with a big knee to Lyra Valkyria's head, allowing for Zoe Stark to hit the Z360 and pick up the victory. After the match, they were going in for a beatdown. And I guess Selena Vega and Natalya were doing some sort of WWE like tour thing, so they weren't here tonight, so they weren't able to back up Lyra Valkyria, but Lyra had some help in the form of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, who we haven't seen in a while. It came down, they evened up the odds, and they all took out the PFC. Not bad. We had our final war of words between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I loved the scenery here. There was hella security in the ring. Adam Pearce was in the ring, and the ring was covered with Hell in a Cell. They actually brought the Cell to this Monday Night Raw. I was like, what? They actually have the Cell here? How cool is that? It made for a great visual, made this promo 10 times better. Drew McIntyre was wearing a tux, and he basically basically just mentioned Punk's family a ton in his promo, and then Punk just said, I'm taking you to hell. I'm going to destroy you. I've been staying in a hotel for the past 4 weeks. I don't want my wife to see me this way. I was like, that is very interesting. They didn't touch one bit. Adam Pearce had it locked down with security, but man, this was the last time we're going to hear them talk until Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. It's going to be insane. I can't wait, bro. It's tonight. It's tonight. Let's go. Had a pretty funny interview backstage with Braun Strowman, Kathy Kelly, and The Miz. Braun Strowman doesn't know what trepidatious means, and me neither. And then he's talking to The Miz, and then randomly, R-Truth makes his return and tells Miz that he set up a tag team match with Aop later in the show. I'm like, bro, R-Truth is back, and he's already goofing around. Sami Zayn had an interview backstage with Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly was covering everything, man. Sami Zayn said he's not going to give up. He's still looking for that World Heavyweight Championship match. It was a 6-man tag team match. The Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio, Carlito, and JD McDonough went up against the LWO, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wilde. Pretty solid 6-man tag team match. But remember when Dominic was on the phone and they said that Finn Balor was having travel issues? No, he wasn't. He cheated in this match, dude. LWO was closing in on the victory. Joaquin Wilde was at the top rope, but then he got pushed off by Finn Balor while Liv Morgan was distracting the referee, and then that led to the Judgment Day picking up the victory and beating the LWO. Finn Balor would later grab a microphone and talk about Damian Priest and talk about Rhea Ripley. Absolutely bash him, and then he got interrupted by Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley would come down and she would show Dominic Mysterio firsthand what a shark cage looks like, and I guess Dominic Mysterio is super claustrophobic because Rhea and him used to be together. So she was just exposing Dominic Mysterio. It ended in an all-out brawl, of course. Rhea Ripley would nearly get Dominic Mysterio in the shark cage, but it wasn't able to happen. Liv Morgan protected Dom, and meanwhile in the ring, we saw Finn Balor, and literally it was a 4-on-1 assault. Dom, JD, Carlito, and Finn. Took 4 of them to take out Damian Priest. Coup de grace after coup de grace after coup de grace. They decimated the Terror Twins again. Sheamus had a pretty cool promo video backstage challenging Pete Dunne to a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which is like where there's like a bunch of bar stools and different like bar items around the ring, and it's basically just a street fight. So that's going to be happening next week. Butch accepted. Oh, excuse me, Pete Dunne accepted. Kofi Kingston would have a matchup against American Made's Chad Gable. This match was pretty good. You had American Made on ringside, and you had Xavier Woods on ringside. Xavier Woods called this play. Xavier Woods wanted to be on ringside, help out Kofi Kingston just in case anything went south, but it actually went south for Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods would pull the leg of Chad Gable while he was bouncing off the ropes, but nor did he know that Kofi Kingston was going for a Trouble in Paradise. He would have hit Chad Gable with the Trouble in Paradise if it wasn't for Xavier Woods and probably won the match. Didn't happen. Chad Gable was saved by Xavier Woods in a way, hit the Chaos Theory, and beat Kofi Kingston. In a way, Xavier Woods screws Kofi Kingston. What? Crazy, man. I love this storytelling with the New Day here. Just the slow, really slow heel turn from Woods. Gunther was exposed by Sami Zayn. Gunther admitted that he was embarrassed that he lost to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania and his father thought he was a failure. Ended in a brawl after Sami Zayn asked for another title match. Gunther would powerbomb the snot out of Sami Zayn, by the way. Literally, Sami's head spiked that mat. And then Gunther grabbed a microphone and said, I accept your match. You got it. It's going to be happening next week on Monday Night Raw. I'm actually kind of surprised they're not doing that at Bad Blood, but I'm fine with it. It's going to be happening on Raw. Might be in the main event. I'm excited about it. R-Truth got that match with AOP, so it was him and The Miz going up against AOP. You had Karrion Kross very sussly staring at The Miz this entire match. I don't know what Karrion Kross's obsession is with Xavier Woods and The Miz, but it's an odd obsession that he might need to have a look at. Anyways, this was the most nonchalant heel turn I have ever seen. Miz, he gets tagged in, and it looked like he was about to go after AOP, and then randomly turns around and kicks R-Truth right in the head. I was like, what on earth? Miz just turned heel. Like, my attention was half and half on this match, and I just see Miz kicking R-Truth. I was like, oh my god, that was so intentional. He just turned heel. He dipped out of there. Then the Authors of Pain hit the What a Rush on R-Truth and pick up the victory, but who cares about that, bro? Miz is heel again. Nothing too crazy new with that. Miz is always heel. Did anybody else like how Braun Breaker got an up-close look with Gunther backstage? He got a nice look at that Intercontinental Championship. Man, he's moving on to bigger and better things, dude. As a face, probably. In our main event of the show, it was Last Monster outstanding. Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed. I absolutely loved this match. There was a ton of security that got involved after they both speared each other through the fan barricades, and there were fans taken out, so there was security, and there were officials trying to sort things out over here, and that was pissing off Bronson Reed, because he had Braun Strowman down after a couple tsunamis. Braun Strowman would send Bronson Reed through the announce desk. This was just an absolute war. In the end, yep, the ring did break. Just like I said last week was going to happen. I'm so glad I was right about that. It's freaking awesome. The ring breaks, and it looks like Bronson Reed's going to get back to his feet, man. Braun's getting back to his feet at the same time, and then here comes Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins makes a return, curb stomps Bronson Reed's head into steel stairs, allowing for Braun Strowman to get back to his feet and win the match. Because remember when Seth Rollins was tsunami'd like 20 times from Bronson Reed? Yeah, he's back. He curb stomped Bronson Reed's head into steel stairs. Bronson Reed deserved it, by the way. And what a way to end this freaking show. The ring breaks, Seth returns, Braun Strowman wins, which I didn't think was going to happen. This was an insane episode of Raw. Oh my God. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section down below. But man, Indiana, you guys had a great show. I'm ranking this show a 10 out of 10. I thought there was so much that happened. I enjoyed almost everything. My favorite moment was probably the Seth Rollins return. This had me the most out of my seat. I was like, oh my God, it just happened. And I was like, dude. My favorite match was probably Braun versus Braun. Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. I really enjoyed that one. That was Monday Night Raw. Let's jump into the blue brand. This ladder match was insane. Friday Night SmackDown from Nashville, Tennessee. We opened up this show with Hardy. Hardy would introduce us to the returning AJ Styles. AJ Styles returned to the house that he built, SmackDown. He came out. He talked about his past, how he was recently healed, but he regrets some of his decisions that he made. So he comes out, gets interrupted by Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes refuses a challenge from AJ Styles. What a coward he is. But then LA Knight comes out and says, hey, Carmelo Hayes, if you fight AJ Styles and if you win, you get a matchup against me for the U.S. title in the future. So now Carmelo Hayes accepts. But it was super unfortunate what happened in this match because it was going really well between these two. Then AJ Styles tweaked his freaking ankle, they're saying, man. I would assume it's 100% real. I don't think this is part of the storyline at all. AJ Styles injures himself on his first match back. I believe he did it when he did the Ushigoroshi to Carmelo Hayes. He kind of hyperextended his leg a little bit, but I don't know about the ankle though, man. I just hope AJ Styles is good. AJ Styles could not compete, so they had to cut this match a little bit short. So Carmelo Hayes would win this match because AJ Styles couldn't compete. But immediately after the match, just to kind of like brighten everybody's mood because AJ Styles just got injured, LA Knight would deliver a BFT to Carmelo Hayes, drop him down in the center of the match. But I mean, hey, in a way, Carmelo Hayes did beat AJ Styles, not in the way that people wanted, but in a way, he kind of is owed a United States title match from LA Knight. But it's really unfortunate to see like one of my favorites of all time, AJ Styles, get injured in his first match back. It's like, man, really? Did anybody else notice that really interesting car promo? Right after we came back from commercial break, we saw this really interesting like fast car promo video, and it said coming soon. I don't know if that means they're talking about a future PLE or if they're talking about a superstar. I'm not 100% positive. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But it was a very interesting car segment that they did. Let's be honest, it's the match we've all been waiting for. Chelsea Green versus Michin in a dumpster match. This match was so freaking awesome. They used a table with no legs. So at first I saw them pull this table out of the bottom of the ring and I'm like, wait, that table has no legs. What are they going to do with that? They bridged it along the dumpster just like this, and that would lead to Michin powerbombing Chelsea Green through the table into the dumpster and then closing the lid and winning the match. I was like, oh my God, what a freaking moment that was. Just a little bit closer, Chelsea Green could have hit her head here on the metal, which, oh my God, thank God that didn't happen. But she landed in the dumpster, came out covered in a bunch of crap, and I forgot to mention Piper Niven also tried to get involved in this match, but it didn't really work out to Chelsea Green's advantage. She would still lose to Michin Mia Yim, and I thought Chelsea Green had this one in the bag, but she did not. Mia Yim wins the match. It was announced that Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill are going to be hosting Bad Blood tonight, which I find kind of interesting. They kind of made that clear backstage, which is, I guess, is pretty cool. I mean, I'm all down for them hosting Bad Blood. Bayley would absolutely get into it with Nia Jax, trying to turn Tiffany Stratton on Nia Jax. Bayley would say, oh, there's only 2 people that could take that title away from you, Nia Jax, because you've been super dominant. I'm one of them at Bad Blood, and Tiffany Stratton is. Tiffany Stratton could just hit you from behind, cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase. So then Nia got all pissed off, and then it ended in an all-out brawl with Bayley on top. Bayley would take out Tiff, she would take out Nia, and she would raise up the belt. I was like, whoa. So in a way, Bayley's getting the last laugh, so it's not looking too good for her going into Bad Blood. Bayley's most likely going to lose. If you want to see the full prediction video, it is on the channel. Immediately after that, Naomi would go one-on-one with Tiffany Stratton. This match had some great moments to it. We did see Tiffany Stratton lose with a roll-up by Naomi, so it wasn't like a knockout victory. It was more just like a quick sneak pinfall here on Tiffany Stratton, not to make her look the worst, but also not to make her look the best. I mean, she is still Miss Money in the Bank, and she could cash in at any time and just become women's champion. Whether it's on Liv and Rhea's match with the Shark Cage, or if it's on Nia's match with Bayley, either way, Tiffany Stratton is definitely a future women's champion. Did anybody else find it really funny how Chelsea Green was walking around backstage and everybody could smell her? I thought that was hilarious. Even when she approached Nick Aldis, I just thought it was so funny. I loved that segment. And our final match, it was the triple threat ladder match with DIY and the Street Profits versus the Bloodline, the Tongans, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the current champs. This match was freaking intense. My goodness, just some insanely dangerous spots where Angelo Dawkins is jumping over the top rope, landing on his neck. Ford's jumping on everybody. The ending spot was absolutely insane. Well, first they took out the Tongans. They absolutely destroyed them. Triple powerbomb through the announce desk. Montez Ford does a frog splash off the top rope to Tonga Loa. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to have new tag team champions. But then somehow Tonga Loa gets back to his feet after we saw DIY and the Street Profits come crashing down through ladders on separate sides of the ring. And then Tonga Loa grabs the tag team championships, and the Bloodline retain the titles. Did anybody else see how Tonga Loa was standing on the top of the ladder? It looked very sus. Like he was literally standing at the top of the ladder, and I was like, oh my god, bro, do not fall. This was an amazing match. I really enjoyed it, but I was not expecting the Bloodline to retain. The only way that I was expecting the Bloodline to retain was if freaking Jacob Fatu came out and helped, but no Jacob Fatu, no Solo. The Tongans won clean, man. They won clean. Absolutely insane way to end the show. That was SmackDown setup style. Pretty solid episode of SmackDown here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. But if I had to rank SmackDown this week, I'd probably give it a solid 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty freaking decent. Favorite moment was the AJ Styles return, and my favorite match was the triple threat ladder match for the tag titles. Let me know your favorite moments down in the comment section down below. I am going to be reviewing Bad Blood tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that setup review video. It's going to be a banger, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Bretto Live is signing out.